Before you try to prove a customer wrong, remember this. In sales, being right can cost you the deal. The fastest way to lose trust, lose growth, and lose a future customer is to turn a conversation into a battle. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to protect the sale, protect the relationship, and protect your reputation by avoiding the argument. Hello, I'm Frankie, founder of Auto Dojo, the path to excellence, and welcome to today's Auto Dojo Quick Hit. 5 minutes, 1 skill, 0 excuses. Let's go. Dale Carnegie says there is only one way to get the best of an argument, and that is to avoid it completely. That sounds simple, but in the car business, it's one of the hardest things to live by. Why? Well, because customers don't live inside our world. They don't know the ins and outs of lease structures, invoice pricing, recon costs, back-end products, or how the sales desk works. So when they say something that is factually off, the natural impulse is to correct them, prove them wrong, or get defensive. And that is exactly where deals die. Because once you start arguing or telling them how they're wrong, the customer stops hearing the facts and starts protecting their pride. Carnegie was right. If you lose the argument, you lose the relationship. And if you win the argument, you may still lose the relationship. You may have the last word, but now the customer feels smaller, embarrassed, or disrespected. In sales, that means they pull back, they get guarded, and start shopping you instead of trusting you. That is why this principle matters so much for not only sales consultants, but managers. The automotive industry has big egos everywhere, but ego does not build your book of business. Ego does not create repeat customers. Ego does not earn referrals, and ego makes you feel important for the moment, but then it will cost you months of business. The better move? Stay calm, stay curious, and stay focused on the outcome. Carnegie talks about welcoming disagreement, controlling your temper, listening first, looking for areas of agreement, admitting when you may be wrong, and yes, even thanking the other person for caring enough to disagree. That is not weakness, that is maturity, and that is influence. Then, here is the path to a conversation that invites the customer to consider the possibility that they may not be correct. Admit that you or the dealership might be wrong, and invite the opportunity to look at the facts to know where you may have been mistaken. This lowers defensiveness and makes the customer feel understood. Here is what that looks like on the dealership floor. A customer says the payment's too high. The wrong move is to jump in with, "No, you're not understanding the numbers," or, "Well, how long has it been since you bought a car? Everything costs more and interest rates are higher now too." I've seen and heard that a lot the past couple of years, and I've seen how it starts to shut the customer down. Is it true? Yes. Have you shown empathy to the customer's sticker shock? No. The smarter move is to slow it down and first acknowledge the concern. Because maybe they're not wrong about the feeling. Maybe the number hit harder than they expected. Maybe they're stressed about a mortgage, a kid in college, a job change, or maybe a surprise medical expense. They may not be right about the facts, but they are real about the emotion. Same thing with a trade-in. They think their car should be worth more. If you argue, you create resistance. If you stay curious, offer the possibility that there could be a mistake, and then you can explore the market and the trade valuation together. You look at the specifics around the numbers. You become their trusted consultant who takes the time with them and helps them understand. You do not need to win the point. You need to guide the customer to the right decision without damaging trust. And this is huge for managers too. If you have to win every conversation with your team and make sure they know how they're wrong and you are right, you're going to lose respect. If your ego is always driving the show, your people stop trusting you. They tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. That weakens culture, weakens accountability, and eventually weakens the store. Invite your team to contribute to the conversation and give feedback. Invite them to be part of the solution. So here's the better approach. When you feel the urge to argue and make your point, pause, breathe, ask yourself, do I need to be right or do I need to move this sale or my agenda forward? That question can and will save you. So go do it now. For your next 3 difficult conversations, do not correct first. First, pause, then acknowledge the concern. Then look for one point you can agree on. Then ask one calm question that keeps the conversation moving. Then when appropriate, admit that you might be wrong and explore the facts together. If you do that 3 times this week, you will feel the difference immediately. Why is this important? Well, because arguments create resistance and resistance kills sales. Avoiding the fight protects pride, keeps people open, and allows you to guide them toward the right outcome without damaging the relationship. In this business, being right is not the goal. Success is the goal. Trust is the goal. The sale is the goal. And the best way to get there is to avoid the argument. So go take action, keep the customer first, and go dominate your floor. To receive these quick hits directly into your inbox every week, scan the QR code you see here, and I look forward to serving you in the Auto Dojo soon.